When did you first know you were in love with me? This is actually a little bit of a controversial question. Favorite thing about being married is just coming home to someone that loves you every day, knowing that there's going to be someone to greet you when you come in the door, and they'll be happy to see you.
He's talking about me, not the dog. Just having a person that gets you. I can look across the room at him and he knows what I'm thinking almost without fail, and they're so in sync. And so I think that's my favorite thing.
I think what makes us work is all the work that we've put into communication. It seems like every time we do a like year in review or whatever we talk about, we've learned to communicate a lot more, and we still have a lot more work to do.
I think we are just very intentional about creating pockets of space for each other. We're very intentional about making sure that, okay, it's been a really busy week. We need alone time, just the two of us, no phones, no distractions. It's just going to be us. And I think that's really helped, which I guess is a branch of communication, but you know, they work well together like we do. So.
Hi, we're the Sanders, and we're doing Convo Cards by FamilyLife for date night. Because you told me to.
Yeah, because you always do what I tell you to.
The Queen of Spades. When did you first know you were in love with me? This is actually a little bit of a controversial question. So it's very appropriate that this is your fault.
I accepted responsibility preemptively. I no longer want it. We met in high school. We were juniors in high school. I had just sworn off dating because, you know, that's what happens. You swear off dating and then suddenly you find somebody that you're kind of interested in. But again, it was high school, so I'm like, this will pass. It did not pass. And so after high school, I still had feelings for him. And I really wanted to date you. And I think I realized I loved you before we actually started dating. But I didn't tell him that because that's weird. And that's a bit much. And so I was not good at keeping it a secret. I was probably super obvious about it. I think that's controversial for you, not me. It's controversial when we started dating. That's the real controversial.
Well, Lauren was my first girlfriend. I was homeschooled from 1 to 12.
I was public school and therefore a bad influence.
Like, yeah, that may or may not give me an advantage on figuring out exactly what love is, but yeah, the moment that I knew we were going to get married and that I wanted to spend the rest of my life for you for sure was Valentine's Day on the first year that we were dating.
In the hammock.
Yeah. Lauren went to Flagler, and they have a sort of lawn area with a whole bunch of palm trees that are just perfect for hammocking.
10 out of 10 experience.
Yeah, so we were up in the hammock on Valentine's Day in the lawn, and I just looked down and I realized I loved you, and I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you. That's when I knew for certain. It was probably subconscious before then, but.
My turn?
Yep.
7 of Hearts. What's an unforgettable memory from our dating or early marriage days that still brings a smile to your face?
Well, just answered that. I mean, I guess the particular reason that the moment in the hammock up at Flagler was significant was that was our first kiss. Mm-hmm. And my first kiss, period.
Ever. Mine, I think, it's a silly one. It's when we were in the kitchen in our first place. You know what I'm going to say now. I'm saying anyway.
Because you were thinking about that earlier.
We were just in the kitchen. I think it was like early COVID, and we were just bored. And so we just looked at each other, and I think we both knew that we wanted to do something weird. And simultaneously, we both got into like these deep sumo squats. And it was just really weird, and I think it's really funny and encapsulates how we can be goofy, but we're also kind of like the same level of goofy.
And then collapsed into the floor giggling.
Yeah, and I did not get off the floor for like 5 minutes. It was fun. This is your fault. I took responsibility for the card. You take responsibility for my gameplay. Dang. If you could go back in time and change one decision, what would it be? I think I know what mine is. It's a hot take.
Go for it.
We've talked about it. I think I would take my dad up on his offer to give us all of the money that we spent on our wedding and just elope. I think I would do that. Like, still get married, still have that experience, but have more seed money, and maybe we would own a house right now.
Weddings are overrated, kids.
Get married. Not that it was an option.
Yeah.
Because, first grandkids.
Yeah, that's true.
The wedding wasn't
being the oldest on both of our families. Jipping our families out of a wedding would have been pretty upsetting.
Pretty catastrophic. It's fine.
I think I would have fought for you harder earlier on in dating, because we've both acknowledged that I took a little bit too much direction from my parents, which is not to say that they had bad ideas or anything, or that I don't appreciate their presence and their influence and their suggestions and advice and all that. Is the leaving and cleaving part of marriage is really, really important, and that means distancing yourself from your parents, and that's hard, and I wish I had recognized that earlier and not chosen my family over you so much.
I appreciate that. You were also homeschooled, so,
As we've mentioned.
It was your first experience with that, so there's grace.
What are some traditions or customs from your family's background that you think have shaped your understanding of marriage? There's a lot of words. It's kind of more the understanding of family more than marriage, but marriage is a pretty integral part to family. And one of the things that my family did a lot, we made a priority to have dinner and breakfast most times because I was homeschooled.
How many homeschool jobs can we add to this?
But we would make a point to have dinner together every night. And I think that was, as far as how that impacts my view of marriage, is that it stresses the fact that marriage is for family. Marriage is for the raising of children in a community, not just, here's an iPad, go sit in the corner and be quiet. And so, yeah, that is definitely going to be, once we have a larger family, family time around the dinner table is going to be very important to me.
Mine's actually really similar. I think your family did a really good job of gathering as like an individual family unit, and I think my family did a really good job as gathering as a larger unit. And part of that was proximity, because obviously my family we've all lived in the same area forever. But I just remember growing up, and it was constant. Every month we had something. There was someone's birthday or an anniversary party or a holiday that we were all gathering for. And so I just think that seeing, kind of like what you're saying, seeing family gathered in a community setting and having all the aunts and uncles and the cousins, even if you don't always like them or get along with them in different seasons, just knowing that they're there and that they're constant, and that like they've got your back through thick and thin, they've got your back. I think that's kind of something that I want our family and our marriage and our life to look like. And I think with us specifically in the season that we're in, we're also learning that family doesn't have to be blood. And there's the whole found family and our friends and the people that have come alongside us and have created this community in areas where, like, your brothers and their wives don't live here. And so, which sucks. And I'm going to convince them all to move back. It's going to happen. But in the absence of that, we've also created a family outside of blood. And I think that's also really special because these people have chosen to stick with us. And they're not just like biologically not forced, but obligated to us. So
I like it.
Picasso. What's something God is teaching you right now? I think, and we've been in this season for a really long time, but just waiting and learning how to wait well. Yeah, just I feel like we're in our 30s now, which is a slightly devastating thing to say, but it happened. And we just see so many people in different stages of life. And it's hard to see other people have what you want. And so balancing the joy and that you have for them and just like how they're in that season, and that's amazing that the Lord has brought them there, while also balancing the hope that you will end up there someday. And I feel like over our waiting season of many, many years at this point, we've kind of gone from wanting, but not necessarily waiting, just wanting, to grief and wrestling with all of that in that space. And then now we're in a season where we're able to somewhat balance the hope and the joy with contentment, I think. I feel like it's easier to sit in the waiting right now than it was a year ago, 2 years ago. And so I feel like the longer we're in the waiting, the more the Lord teaches me.
I think for me, kind of parallel is the importance of just resting in God's presence, not trying to do anything or get anything. The Bible plan that you found for us, where we're reading at least 4 chapters of different books every day, kind of requires us to slow down and be just kind of think about what God could be saying to us, saying to me in the moment, and that's what I think God is teaching me right now, is just to, like what you were saying, the wait, but it's how am I waiting? I'm waiting restlessly, or am I waiting content in His presence and His Word? Based on your marriage, what is one piece of advice you would give a newlywed couple?
Are you going to share what you shared with Jess and Alex?
I don't remember what that was.
Okay, then I'm going to share what you shared with Jess and Alex. You guys each speak different languages. So, like, especially the way that we were raised, you speak one language, I speak another, and then getting married, we are creating a new language that is the two of us, that our children will learn. And then they'll have to learn a new language. But, like, marriage is finding that new language together and learning how to speak the same way. I think that was really challenging in our beginning days of, you're very literal and you just say what you mean. And my family talks in circles and beats around the bush. And so I'm like reading into everything that you're saying. Like, like, are you mad at me? You didn't say you're mad at me, but
I just asked if you like the soup.
you looked at me funny when you said it. It was weird. So, yeah. I feel like we're better at speaking the same language. But we're still figuring it out.
What is something new that you'd like to learn or try together?
I don't think you like my answer.
Probably not. Yeah.
I want us to learn how to do like a formal dance of some kind. So like ballroom dancing or like salsa dancing. We could do it together.
It will not be salsa. I can guarantee you that.
Your hips could do it if you really tried. I believe. I can infuse some Spanish into you. Not that
That's not how that works.
You don't know that.
I want us to learn how to keep a garden alive.
Oh my God. It should be an attainable goal.
And you think salsa dancing is an attainable goal?
That was an option. All right.
I think the biggest thing that stuck out to me is how in tune and in sync we are. A lot of our answers were very similar. And I think that's a sign of a good relationship, good marriage, that we are one in many ways.
After 7 years, almost 7 years, we can still joke and laugh and have a good time and make up games. And I feel like in some of this we've reflected and we've seen where we've come from, and I'm excited where we have to go. 70 years. Let's do this.